Your onboarding process in Jira is broken, but I have a solution for you. I've helped dozens of teams use Jira to basically model their onboarding process so that they can divide all the tasks involved with respect to the onboarding of a new employee and keep it all within the wonderful world of Jira. And this means creating tasks for legal and HR and IT and engineering and all the other myriad of different tasks that all need to happen in order to successfully onboard an employee. Now, doing this natively in Jira just doesn't feel very natural. Oftentimes, I feel like I'm forcing Jira to make it work for this onboarding process because let's face it, Jira wasn't really designed for this. However, I have an interesting solution for you that I'm going to present to you in this video. I'm going to show you how we're going to use TitanApps, smart checklists, and smart templates to create a template and a series of checklists that are going to make your onboarding process so much easier when you're using Jira. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, drop a like, and let's jump in. All right, in order to get started, the first thing you're going to want to do is go down to that description down below because you're going to want to install not one, but two different apps. We want smart templates and smart checklists. We're going to use these together in tandem to help create this onboarding process that I'm going to be demonstrating for you in this video. So use that link down below and let's jump in. So inside of Jira, once you install it, you will see that over here on the S section of your apps, you will see smart checklists and smart templates. Now we're going to start off with smart templates. Now, so the first thing we're going to do over here is we're going to create a new template. So I'm going to click on create template here, and then you're going to give it a name. So this is going to be my new onboarding process. Then you need to specify the project that all this work is going to be created in. Now keep in mind that you can share with other projects later. For now you have to pick one, but later I'm going to show you how we can add other projects. For example, in case you needed to send some tasks over to your IT folks or maybe the legal team, whatever teams need to be involved, maybe they have their own Jira spaces. I'm going to show you how that goes a little bit later. But for now, we're going to pick the project, aka the space where the majority of the tasks are going to live in. So we're going to go ahead and click create template. And this is going to bring us to creating our first task. Now this next part's a little bit tricky, so make sure you're paying attention because we're going to be creating the task that we want the template to automatically create for us, because this is what smart templates can do. We're going to define a list of tasks and we're going to use some checklists a little bit later. But essentially, we define a list of tasks, and these respect hierarchy. So we can have epics and stories, or just stories and subtasks, or just tasks and subtasks, whatever works for you in your specific process. I'm going to show you tasks and subtasks, but keep in mind that any work item that is inside of your Jira is going to work for this. But in order to create a lot of these tasks, this is where you got to pay attention. So creating the task is very simple. Automatically, you're in here under Untitled, and all you need to do is start typing in a name. And so in the name section, we're going to put in the name of our task. In this particular case, we're going to do pre-onboarding preparation for curly brace position, curly brace, and then curly brace employee name, curly brace. So what is this curly brace? I'm glad you asked. These are called variables. These allow us to create some really dynamic templates here. So instead of creating a very static, very just one-time use only type of template, we can put in variables in a variety of different ways. I'm going to show you another example here in a second, but we're going to put the variables in the title of this particular task. Now, just putting the curly brace with the name of the variable is not going to be enough. Once we put it here in the title, we now need to go over to the variable section, and I'm just going to cheat. I'm going to copy paste because my memory is really bad. I'm going to come over to the variable section. I'm going to click add a variable. I'm going to paste in the name, and then you get to pick the type of variable that you want. And so this is how you're going to prompt the user. So do you want them to just put in text? Do you want them to pick a user? Do you want them to pick from a drop-down menu item? Or a new feature is you want them to pick a date. So I'm going to leave position, and then I'm going to come over here and grab the employee name. And I'm going to copy that and also create another variable for that one. And that one's also going to be a text box. We're going to click Save Template, and I'm going to go back to our issues. Now we've created our first task. So the next thing you want to do is decide, do I want to create another task at the same level, or do I want to create children for this particular task? Let's handle the path of creating a separate independent task. And so in order to do that, you're going to select the task that's already here, and we're going to click on Duplicate. This is then going to basically create the exact same thing, but for this next one, this is where we can essentially go over here to the name, alter it, and now we have a second task. So all you need to do is continuously do the duplicate, and you're going to be able to create independent tasks. You can create as many of those as you want. Now, where this gets fun is if we need to create a child task, So to create the child issue, we're going to click on the same ellipses, and this time we're going to click on add child issue. And very similar to what we've done in the past, all we got to do is name the title of the ticket, and that's it. So that is now respected, and you can add as many child issues as you want. Now keep in mind that this is going to respect the laws of Jira, and so you cannot add a child issue to a child issue, specifically when you get down to the subtask. So it will respect the hierarchy up, but you cannot add children to the subtask. So that's a no-no, but you can go up. All right, so before we go on to the smart checklist, the other thing that I want to show you is that on the right-hand side over here, we can actually create variables for our fields over here. So for example, let's say I wanted to make a variable for the start date. Keep in mind that we're not going to do this in the title, we're doing it in the field. And so we can simply click on these action items here, and we can use a variable. And then from here, we can set a variable that exists. Now we could also go in and create the variable over here and then use it. And so you're going to be able to go about this whichever way you want. And so I'm going to put a variable for my start date and my due date. And I'm simply selecting from the available list of variables that I've already gone ahead and pre-created before. All right. And so now when we use this, and I'm going to show you this in a few moments, we're going to be prompted to first provide the input for those variables that we've created. All right, so basically what you're going to want to do at this point then is just build out all the different tasks that are available for you and your team. Now, a little pro tip is that these tasks don't always have to be assigned to just one individual. Now, you can assign it, right? You can assign it to whomever you want, or you can use a variable if you wanted to do it that way. Or you can even use like the team field here. I have a special responsible team where I can pre-assign tasks. This one's for engineering. This one's going to be for marketing. This one over here is going to be for legal, right? So this is using a custom field that I've created. And notice that for each one of these, I can preset these fields with either variables or pre-selected values. I can pre-assign it. I can basically put in whatever values I want inside of these. And whenever we create and use the template, all those values are going to carry over. Okay, and now for the fun part. Because the tasks are going to be automatically created for us, we can also, in this particular template, create smart checklists as well. Pro tip, whenever you're using the smart checklist, make sure you are using the formatting for the smart checklist so that these items actually come in as a checklist item. Because in here, I can put my header and I can just put just text, and if I wanted to, right? And so smart checklist is going to respect and is looking for its specific formatting to create the checklist correctly. And so if you want to create the little box, make sure you put this little hyphen here so that when we do use the template, those items come in with the right indicator. So what we're going to do is we're going to come over to the smart checklist section. And this is where we're going to be able to essentially create a series of checklists for whatever we want. So I'm going to basically just create a couple of checklist items that are going to be associated to this particular task. And you can repeat the process for the rest of these so that all your tasks, if you want to, can also have checklist items for even more granularity and attention to detail. So now that we're done, right? We've created some issues, we've created some variables. We can even schedule these, right? So if you want these to go on a cron job or a very specific date, right? Maybe you have a series of tasks that need to be created every single Monday or every single Friday, you can do that. Or maybe you have some more granularity and you can create a cron so that you can specify the date and the time and how and the frequency of when you want this thing to run. And so go ahead and experiment with those. I know that for teams, it's very popular to do like an interval, right? Every single Monday, we need a series of tasks. And so this is a really cool way to do that. We also have automations. This is going to allow us to create a webhook that we can go and use in our automation rule so that through an automation, whatever conditions we want, we can also summon this task creation and all those tasks are going to be created. But for the remainder of this video, we're just going to keep it simple. We're going to save our template. We're not going to do anything else special. And all I'm going to do is show you how to use this. So I'm going to close out of here. And we're essentially just going to use our template, right? So it's very easy to create. All you need to do is come over to our template, click on the create issues, and this is where we're going to be prompted to provide that input from earlier. So we're going to set a start date, we're going to set a due date, and then we're going to do our position, engineer, employee name, Jimmy. Click create issues. And this up here on the right hand side is going to take a couple of seconds to essentially just create those work items. And after a few seconds, the work items are created. You're going to notice that I'm only seeing 2, even though I had a subtask or 2 in there. It's okay. You're going to see that they're going to also be in there. So when I open up PT28, that is going to show me my task and that associated subtask. Now, a couple of things to call out. You're going to see that engineer, that's the position that I have specified in my template. And then we have Jimmy, which is the employee name. Now over on the right-hand side, for any task that we did have the start date and the due date, which was my subtask, you're going to see that we have the start date here and the due date over here. And the responsible team that we also pre-configured in our template is also carrying over. So all that information is essentially going to come in and you're going to have it automatically in here. So no more having to manually create all this stuff. And again, you can set these on a schedule, on a timer, so that these tasks are automatically created whenever you need to, or maybe whenever you create a new, maybe a work item for a new employee, you can use those in your automation rule as well, so that all the tasks are just automatically created. And then because we're using the smart checklist, those smart checklist items that we created, they're right here, and we're going to be able to basically check these items off whenever they're completed. So that's going to work out really well as well. And we're basically done. We have our smart checklist items, we have our tasks with all of our templates, and our onboarding process is simplified significantly using smart templates and smart checklists. For an easy start, the Titan Teams app has an onboarding template that you can use, linked down below. And so folks, if your team is struggling to get their onboarding process just right inside of Jira, specifically with these automatic creation of these tasks, almost every single team that I've ever worked with that has been using Jira for onboarding, they want tasks, a series of tasks, and even checklist items to automatically be created every time they're onboarding a new employee. Now, Jira, you can technically do this through automation rules, but it's just so cumbersome and it's very nuanced, especially when you're trying to preserve the parent-child relationship. You really need to know how to take full advantage of the advanced automation rules that are capable, but this just makes it so easy, so intuitive, and just anybody can do this, right? It's so simple. It's really amazing, and I really highly recommend that if you're using Jira for onboarding, you give this app a try. So use that link down in the description, start your free trial to smart templates and smart checklists. Let me know what you think. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one.